up, you guys? My name is Josh, and this is my KA24DET Power 240SX, the one that we basically showed you guys how to build from building the block all the way to where it is right now. And in this video, I'm going to be going over some questions that you guys have for the build itself, and just some off-the-wall questions maybe, if I can find any. And basically that's going to be the whole gist of this video, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, you guys, so before I get started, I want to apologize if the audio is a little fuzzy. It's a pretty windy day outside. I have like the little furry thing that goes over the mic, so just to compensate for the windiness outside. But hopefully the audio turns out totally fine and you guys can hear everything like well, I guess. So jumping into this, let's just have some screenshots of some questions that I found on YouTube on the pools video, and I'm just going to, I don't know where to start. So we will start right here with how much power you aiming for. I would like to say 300, 400 range. That seems like more than enough for me off a KA. Not saying the KA is a shitty motor. I love this freaking KA. I'm actually pushing the KA a lot, basically. I could have easily, with the money I put into this KA, I could have easily went SR swap, but I don't know. I really don't know what made me choose to go KA route, but yeah. But I'm in love with it now. It's pretty awesome. From what I've heard, the torque is outstanding compared to like an SR or something like that. But basically that's its little rival. So, but yeah, looking for about 300, 400 range. I'm pretty sure I'm almost at 300 right now. But I'll get into that later on. But yeah, 300, 400 range is more than enough right now. I might do a power upgrade in the future sometime if I'm still running the KA. Just depends. Next question. What size is the turbo? The turbo I'm running is a Garrett GT30 76R. I believe the compressor housing is a 60 trim. I really don't know a lot of the specs on turbos and crap like that, in case you guys are wondering. I just know that Injuku Racing had their little thing that said that this turbo can push about like 320 range to 500-ish, if I believe, like if I remember right. And I'm running a 0.63 exhaust housing, which is the smaller one of like versus the, I think it's like a 0.8 something, which is bigger. But yeah, running a 4-cylinder, you probably want a smaller one so you get a quicker spool on the turbo. But yeah, so that's the turbo I'm running. It's a Garrett GT30. Hey bro, for your coolant lines for the turbo, what size lines did you use, and also where did you pull the coolant from? So basically I pulled the coolant from, there's these little tiny lines that were connected to the manifold. It's all coming, like both of the feeds to the turbo are coming from the manifold. I'll try and get a close-up shot for you like right now or something, just so that you guys can see. Alright you guys, so basically I just stopped the Q&A right fast, and I'm going to show you guys the coolant lines. So this yellow right here, and I'm sorry that it's like overexposed, but I'm trying to, it's like pretty dark in the engine bay and I'm trying to show you guys. But yeah, this yellow line right here goes around behind the engine to the turbo, and it's not that high. Oh, you guys can't really see it, but yeah, I have one of my feeds right here. It's at the top of the manifold, and then my other one is right here on the bottom of the plenum. This line right here, isn't it? It's right behind it. If I can get to it, it's like right here below it, but it has like a little red zip tie on it. I wish I can show you guys. I don't know if you can see that little tiny red zip tie. It's like right there. That's my line. Right there. I don't think you guys can really see it, but it's down in there. It's all the way at the very bottom. So my suggestion is, if you guys are going to run the lines like I have it, you want to do it when the plenum is off the engine. So yeah, that's my coolant lines. And basically I marked them both with zip ties. So like I wrapped a yellow zip tie around one feed and then a red zip tie around the other feed, so I know which one came from which. So basically that's where I got my feeds from, was from the plenum and the intake manifold. But basically you can just say they're both coming from the intake side of the engine and not from any custom radiator fab or nothing like that. So yeah, that's where I'm getting my coolant going to the turbo from. How much power are you making? I have yet to dyno it, so I am uncertain on how much I'm actually making, like with a specific answer. But I can tell you this, that me and my buddy Mark did a race, like we were both starting at 45 and just third gear and up, and I beat him. It wasn't like I smoked him or nothing like that, but I did have a good pull on him basically. And he has a Focus ST, which he told me was pushing around 250 horsepower and about 270 torque. So it's safe to say that this is pushing 250 plus right now. But that is undynoed, and don't quote me on anything because, like I said, it's not dynoed yet. Did you build this car for drifting or street racing? I don't, definitely not street racing. I wanted like a quick little car to have fun with, but primarily I want to get into drifting. I have yet to go to my first drift event, and I'm hoping to do so with this car right here. And yeah, so I guess you can say I built it more for drifting rather than street racing, because I'm not really looking for like insane high HP or power level really. If I wanted to do that, I would definitely still be building the car right now, trying to make it the fastest, I guess. It's just, I'm not really motivated to build something extremely fast, because I know that there's always going to be a faster car. There's going to be a Honda out there somewhere that's going to whoop my ass, basically. But I guess it's always cool just to say that you build something like hella fast, which I sort of already do brag about this, building this, because I'm not even a mechanic or anything like that. I'm not even close to a mechanic. I've only been working on this car for about like 2 years, like hardcore working on it. Like, of course, I had the high school moments where I like painted something a different color, put stickers on it, put some cheesy spoiler on it. But I didn't start working on the car performance-wise, like, and actually learning stuff, but for like the past year or two, which is awesome to brag about, because I'm not certified in anything or nothing like that, and I basically already turboed my first car and making decent power. Yeah, I had my little mistakes here and there, but it turned out freaking awesome at the end, so pretty satisfied. Hope this car lives a pretty healthy, long life, so yeah. What oil are you using on your engine, or in your engine? For your engine, that's what it was. Hold on 1 second, I'll go grab it for you. Alright you guys, so the oil that I'm using for my engine is none other than the Rotella 15 weight 40. Why? He didn't ask why, but why I'm using this is because I wanted to try it out. I've seen a lot of people talking about it on multiple forums. I even made a post, I believe, about what oil I should use on like a Facebook group, and a lot of people were swearing by Rotella 1540. The fact that they said it had added zinc and stuff like that, which you don't really get as much with the regular motor oil for the regular gasoline cars. And if you guys are wondering, if you guys don't know anything about Rotella 1540, it is diesel oil. It's meant for diesel trucks and whatnot, but there's nothing on this that says it can't be used for gasoline engines. Some people don't want to use it. Some people swear by like their regular gasoline engines to use just regular motor oil, but I saw a crazy lot of people talking up on this stuff, and that no one said that this has ever failed them. Actually, to be honest, I really have never seen anyone say that their oil was the cause or what made their engine go like kaboom or nothing like that. So, but I like the fact about what people were talking about with like the added zinc and whatnot, so I was like, sure, why not? I mean, turbo diesels use it, so I don't know. I really don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about it, so I thought I'd try it out. Oh, another big thing about this stuff was it's way cheaper than regular gasoline, like gas engine oil, like regular motor oil. This stuff's like freaking $12 at Walmart versus like $20 for the other type of oil basically, and it fills it up just right. It's not like I'm gonna have like a crazy amount left over or nothing like that. So this is perfect. I love this stuff so far. But yeah, I might end up switching to like a 540 weight during the winter time because it does get pretty cold here. So yeah, right now I'm running the 15 weight 40 Rotella T oil and my K24D ET. So yeah, all right, we got a crazy lot of questions here. Is this the first engine I've ever built? No, it's not. I've only built KA24DEs/T, but the first engine I built by myself was probably the one before this, somewhat. But whenever I'm building an engine, I always have like Jerry around or whatever, just to make sure, just to check over my work, I guess. But I would say the first one I ever built by myself was either the one before this or the one before that one. But my first time ever messing around with the K, I had Jerry there, and basically we were both going hand in hand trying to build it. It wasn't really hard or nothing like that. Like I said, I'm not a trained mechanic or nothing like that, so it worked out pretty well. And ever since the first build, it ran perfect. So, and the first build, it wasn't a T, it was just I rebuilt the regular KADE, but I built the block with like forged internals, which are still being used in this block right here. So yeah. Where did you learn the most about engine building and car work? I would have to say YouTube. YouTube and forums. Forums is good to get an idea, and then you get the idea from forums, like you read about something that you're unsure about, and then you just take it to YouTube and see if you can find any videos to help you out. And there is another channel that built a block on the KA, and his channel helped like a lot. But a lot of the bearings and stuff like that for the KA is really confusing to learn about at first. So anything that I learned, or anything that I couldn't find on YouTube, I tried to incorporate when I built my engine for you guys into my past videos when I built this. So basically, yeah, I learned a lot of my stuff off forums like Miko Club or 240SX forum or Zilvia, stuff like that for my car, and just YouTube videos. So that's how I learned most of my, I guess, mechanic work and working on cars. He also asked, which component am I most worried about failing? Let's see. I'm sort of iffy on the head studs. I didn't really check the threads that much when I put the head studs in for the block, but I'm really not that worried about it because I had them suckers like in there, like tight, like can't get any tighter than what I put them in. So, but if it were to fail, I would believe it would be that. So that, or the idle sprocket bolt, which is the bolt that holds both the timing chains together, like right here. It is notorious for like stripping out and crap, and I sort of wanted to believe it was starting to strip when I was putting it back in, because I found a forum that said you're supposed to tighten it to 90 foot-pounds, and I couldn't get it to 90 because I felt like I was about to strip it. So I just left it as it is. So hopefully that lasts. But it was like, we had it rigged when we built the engine the first time, me and Jerry, but it wasn't turbo or nothing like that. So we had like a helicoil in there and stuff like that, and it was pretty sketchy, but it was taking it. So I mean, like I said, only time will tell. So if the engine does go kaboom or anything like that, it's all on me. But I think those two issues would probably be the ones, the breaking point. I'm not really worried about how I built the block or anything like that. I'm pretty satisfied in how I built it. I mean, it's only my 4th time. What turbo did you use and why? And like the first question, I said GT30 by Garrett. But why? Just the power range that NGQ had listed for this turbo, I thought it suited it pretty well. I wanted to go with a Garrett turbo versus some eBay turbo, or I was gonna go with Precision at first, but that was journal bearing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go turbo. I'm gonna go big or go home. So I went GT30 ball bearing and did it that way. Did you buy the 240 locally, or did you get it from somewhere farther away? I didn't get it really in my town, but I got it maybe like an hour away. I stay in like South Carolina, Rock Hill-ish area, York area, and we went to like Gastonia, which is roughly not even an hour, I don't think. So it wasn't too far away where I got it. So I guess you can say local, same state, or no, Gastonia is North Carolina. well, right across the border, like when we're close to the border. So yeah, what's the estimated power / torque figures if I go get a dyno tuned? Like I said, I want to make around 300, 400, and with the KAs, they have their HP and torque roughly the same. Like they're really close together. It's not like the HP is really high and the torque's really low. So basically, if I ask for 300, I would like to have my torque at 300 also versus the HP. So yeah, 300, 400 range for both of them. That sounds pretty dang good for me. So yeah, is my engine already broken in? A lot of people are asking this since they saw the pulls video, and I would like to say, yeah, it's broken in enough to do some pulls, but is my, like in my head, is my break-in period over for the car? And that answer is a no. What I'm doing, well, I called Real Street Performance where I bought my pistons. I have Wiseco pistons and Wiseco rings, and I asked them what is the break-in, like how do you break in these rings, just so I know, because I mean they deal with like every type of like import engine and stuff like that. They build freaking awesome cars, so thought why not ask a technician from them. So the dude basically said, not basically, this is what the dude said. I asked how do I break in? He said, allow the car to idle up to operating temperature on the first initial startup. Once you do that, change the oil, and once you change the oil, then you drive it. So he didn't specify baby it, he didn't specify drive it really hard or nothing like that. But I remember Jay from Real Street had a video on his parts when he built his Supras, and he said that he will freaking push his Supra really hard during break-in period. So I was like, alright. He said drive it, I'm gonna drive it. So I'm driving it. And I'm not gonna baby it, I'm gonna drive it like I stole it. And that's sort of like an iffy question because a lot of people have different answers for it, and how I'm building my engine, how I'm breaking it in is I already did that initial warm up and then change the oil, and then I've already drove it 500, so I'm gonna change the oil again, and then once I drive it another 500, then I'll change the oil, and then I'll probably change the oil after 1,000 miles, and then after that I feel like it'll be perfectly set and broken in to do whatever I want with it. So that's how I'm breaking in my engine. So I would say it's broken in enough to do some fun stuff with it, but not to go like ham and beat on it like 100% yet. So yeah, that's how I'm breaking in my engine. Talked to Real Street. I got them to advise me a little bit. So yeah. Next question is, how much did it cost for everything? Well, I don't know what everything is, but I'm thinking you're talking about just building the engine. Basically, I would say if I built this setup first try without any mistakes or nothing, it would cost me around close to four or 5 grand. I mean, the turbo alone was like 1,400. Let's see. It's really hard to really put a price on it because when I built the engine the first time without turboing it, I did a lot of supporting mods. Like I beefed up some stuff because I knew I was going to go turbo. Like I beefed up my radiator. I got the ISR radiator, which is performance. It's not like just some thin little radiator. It's good enough to handle turbo and cool my engine to what it needs to be cooled to. And I got the shroud and the fans. Got like a one-piece drive shaft now. I don't know, like if I was just going to turbo it, just to turbo, oh no, I can't say that because you asked about mine, so it's so hard. I would have to say 5 grand. 5 grand would be a good number to put out there to get a decent turbo out, like to do what I did. You won't have everything here that I have here, but just to get. Now, if I did have to say my setup, I'd probably say close to 7 grand maybe, just to play it safe. I haven't really calculated these numbers up like on a sheet of paper, but I'd say 7 grand because the block is built, got a decent turbo, and then all the supporting mods and everything. But now if you want to talk about the car as a whole, like everything I've done to it, I'd say it's definitely in the 10 grand range. So yeah, spent a lot of money I guess on this car, and a lot of people say it's really stupid because if I try and sell the car I'm not going to get that back out of it. But I'm really not looking into selling this car ever. Like I'm going to drive it till it dies, and when I say dies I'm talking about like it's going to be wrapped around a tree, or it's going to be totaled at a drift event, or like something. I'm not saying that I'm going to wrap it around a tree, I'm just saying I'm not looking at it like I'm gonna sell this car, and I have no regrets on anything really, like blowing the engine a couple times and stuff like that. Like whatever I do, it's on me. I learned my lesson, and hopefully I can apply what I learned to my next build and make it better. So that's the way I'm looking at it. So yeah, next question is dyno, question mark. I'm really debating. I want to dyno it now just so I know what I'm making. I have a RS Enthalpy ROM tune right now, and basically that tune runs a little rich, so I would like to get a dyno tune, but to do that I'd like to get a standalone first. So I'm debating if I want to get a dyno tuned, well not really tuned, but just dynoed right now and see what I'm making on the ROM tune while it's running rich, or if I should just wait until I get a standalone and get a dyno tune and then see what I'm making overall. That'll be set. But yeah, so I'm between that right now. I really want to, but then I think I'd rather just wait until I get the standalone also. So not really a solid answer, but hope that somewhat answered the question. Next question is, what is the ballpark cost of the build including the car? Like I said, probably like 10 grand, a little bit more if you include me buying the car, which actually I didn't even buy the car itself. I was in high school, my parents got it for me, but everything done to the car has just been me. My parents don't help out with performance parts or nothing like that. They don't help out with gas, insurance, nothing. Like the whole car has been me. So yeah, about 10 grand range, I guess you can say. What plugs am I running? I run the BKR 7Es, and I gapped them to 32 thousandths. So that's what I'm running for my setup. Are you gonna upgrade your turbo? I got a pretty nice turbo right now, but I would like to upgrade it to a GTX 30 versus the GT30. GTX 30 has more like blades on it, so in my head that just tells me that it probably spools up quicker. But I like the suspense on this car, how like it'll be going, and boost kicks in and it freaking just goes. So I like the suspensefulness of this car so far, but depending on how much, oh fuck that, yeah, I'd rather just go GTX. That'd be awesome. I wish I could have went that, but it started to get a little too expensive at the moment, so I just went with the GT30. And GT30s are pretty expensive alone already, but yeah, with my job and what I'm working, I'm more than satisfied with the GT30 right now. But if I had the choice to, I'd definitely upgrade to GTX 30. I don't really want to go GTX 35 or GT 35 or nothing like that. That's just starting to get a little bit too big. That's probably too big for like a drift application in my opinion. Like I said, I'm trying to run this. Maybe if I was trying to make like drag times or something like that, I'd go GT 35 or GTX 35. But if I were to upgrade my turbo, it'd be GTX. What timing chain did I use? OEM or aftermarket? I was running the OEM one, and then I got this other KA, which I basically just got parts off of it, and I'm unsure if they were aftermarket or OEM, but I noticed that it was a little bit tighter, so I went with that one. So I'm unsure right now. Next question is, what compression am I running and what turbo? You guys already know the turbo, but compression I'm running, the pistons are a 9:1 ratio. So yeah. And also, if you guys are wondering what pistons I got, they are the Wiseco 90mm bore. So yeah, Wiseco 90mm bore, 9:1 compression ratio versus I think it was like 9.5 to 1 with the stock KAs run. Another question on how much did I pay for a whole built motor setup. I'd say like the 5 grand range. Again, that's basically all the questions that I got from you guys. It wasn't too many, but I hope I talked enough and told you guys good information. If you guys like this video, and we can do like another Q&A video in the future, maybe on like Jerry's SR build and just whatever in the future, please do leave a like. Liking helps a lot, you guys. If you guys stayed till like this point in the video, it helps a shit ton if you guys like these videos. If you feel like we deserve more views and stuff like that, and like truly mean that, then please do like the video, share the video, And if you guys can't wait to see the next video, then subscribe and make sure you like do the little notifications thing to where you can get notified whenever we get new videos up and stuff. So yeah, if you guys like this video, like it and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. So peace out, you guys. Later.